everyone. So I'm still in Stockholm, but I will be leaving very soon. I wanted to go ahead and recap this weekend for you guys. Sorry, the lighting is gonna be weird one last time. I've literally got my iPhone set up there and then like a lamp pointing straight at me there. But yeah, without further ado, I'll just kind of talk about my trip and what went down. On Saturday morning, I got up, ventured out all by myself over to Södermalm, where I was meeting up with two kids who go to DIS Stockholm here. One of them is named Chris, and he is blogging for DIS right now. I'll link his blog down below, but you probably already saw him in the last video. He and his friend Mark just led me around the city. Of course, we filmed that Q&A later, and basically just showed me what there is in Stockholm, kind of compared to Copenhagen. The first thing we did was go up to this really high point near where they live. It has an excellent view of all of Stockholm. It's free, so they were kind of talking about there's another place you can go to that costs money. Totally don't recommend that. Just go hike up this little hill in Södermalm and you can see for quite a long ways. It's a good view. After that, we hopped on a metro over to Gamla Stan. Kind of just wandered the streets there for a long time. There's a lot to look at. It is very similar to Copenhagen, except like I said, it's kind of a little bit hillier. We went over to the Royal Palace, kind of checked things out over there. It is beautiful, and also got to check out the armory there, so that was pretty cool. After that, we got some pizza real quick, just at a cute small little pizzeria there, nothing too special. And then we kind of just strolled around over by the water there some more. People watched for a little bit at the ice skating rink there. Always a very good idea, highly recommend that. And then we made our way over to the Historiska Museum. I hope I am saying that okay. Basically just the history museum here. For being a history museum, it was really contemporary on the inside, which was cool. I kind of liked that vibe. And at that point, all of our legs were starting to hurt, so we just decided to fika and get some coffee and cakes and whatnot at an espresso house. Fika is just kind of that, when you take a break to get some coffee. I guess I didn't get coffee. I don't drink coffee. I got a chai latte. I actually think Chris got hot chocolate, so, you know, not a true fika, but close. It was a good little break. And then after that, we filmed the video. So that was basically it for that day. Today, Sunday, was just kind of a solo travel day for me, which was still really fun. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. I got to knock out a couple of museums I had been wanting to go to. I actually kind of got lost going to the Fotografiska museum, but in a good way. I got a really good view of the city again, and as I was kind of like looking out over things, I ended up spotting the museum, so I was like, hey, nice, there we go. So hopped down over to that, and it was really great. I know a few of you had recommended that, and I'm super glad you did, because wow, very cool stuff. I think definitely my favorite exhibit was the Charlotte Gyllenhammar one. I kind of actually got scared going in initially. It's like you enter through these double doors, at least the side I entered through, and there's just these two like sculptures of children sitting there, and it's kind of like The Shining almost. So that gave me some weird vibes. And then you turn down this dark hallway and there's like another child statue like hanging upside down. I don't know. It was kind of creepy, but in a good way. Then you got in there and there was a lot of just very interesting multimedia sort of works of art. Some of it was more like installation art. There was videos playing on the ceiling, on the walls, on sculptures, photography of course as well. A lot of them were like these women hanging upside down with like these tulle skirts, so you got a really interesting sort of textured composition. I don't know how to explain it, but it was very interesting, very cool, especially coming from like a fashion major's perspective. I found it extremely inspiring, so that was great. My second favorite was probably the Ren Heng exhibit, which was more playful sort of portraits, I guess. A lot of them were nudes, but very kind of quirky, liberating though at the same time. I don't know, very different compared to the Charlotte Gyllenhammar exhibit, but both very cool. And yeah, I would definitely go back to that museum if I ever come back to Stockholm, which hopefully I do. After that, I made a quick jaunt over to the Vasa Museum. Well, it's not quick. It was like 50 minutes total getting over there, just because I had to like loop around on the metro and then walk like 20 minutes on both sides. But again, great time to just explore the city. I was all about just taking it slow today, doing whatever I wanted to do. I think my camera is starting to tilt down. But yes, the Vasa Museum was very interesting. If you don't know, the museum basically holds this huge Viking ship that on its first voyage like sunk within minutes because it was dressed up with too many like cannons and odds and ends here to make it look very, very scary, and ended up being too heavy for the water. So that was, it's kind of like, it's obviously sad, but it's like kind of funny in a way. I don't know, but very, very cool. Very interesting just seeing like this huge ship right there in front of you, and you can walk around and look at other sort of elements that would have been found in the ship, or just kind of things relating to that period in time. So that one's a pretty quick one, honestly, for me to go through, or it was a quick one for me to go through, but definitely worthwhile, especially if you're into more like nautical sort of things. After that, I just kind of really took my time and wandered all the way back to my hotel through the streets. But yes, honestly, all in all, a fantastic trip. Again, thank you to Mark and Chris for leading me around the city. It was a really good time. And then also I just enjoyed kind of scooting around by myself. So if any of you guys out there are like nervous about solo travel, this trip just kind of solidified for me that it's nothing to be nervous about. Just be smart, allow yourself to get lost, and yeah, you don't even have to have a very strict itinerary. Just go with the flow and it can be a good time. But that's all I have to say for now. Let me know what you guys want to see next. But until then, I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.